Welcome everyone, it's good to see you again. In this video I have 8 cheap summer fragrances. 4 are my current cheap summer fragrances favorites. The others I can do without. All 8 fragrances are these: Joan Barbato's The Original Artisan, Cerruti Image, Lalique White, Eau de Rochas by Rochas, Salvatore Ferragamo Casual Life, Cool Water by Davidoff, F by Ferragamo, the original, not F Black, and CK All. So the first one is going to be Lalique White. This is a very easy to wear, very pleasant white fragrance, but somehow it can bother. And somehow this is not that interesting. That's why it doesn't get so much attention. I mean, if you smell this fragrance, you'll immediately think this is a pleasant fragrance. It doesn't smell like the usual summer fragrances. It's not citrusy, it's not very fresh. A soft, creamy lemon with an added cleanness to it. But when that goes away, it's just going to become this really soft, musky type of scent, which even though it's soft, it can bother. The performance is alright, it's decent, it can be actually good during the summer. I'm not going to add it to my favorites. Ferragamo Uomo Casual Life sounds promising when you check the notes because it has a coffee note, but that coffee note is not a fresh coffee type of smell. It's going to be a gourmand type of smell, and I think it can be a bit overpowering, especially during the summer. It is fresh, it's not that sweet type of gourmand fragrance. It has freshness to it, but during the summer, that coffee note, I don't think it's going to work that well. And also on my skin, you'd think that being a big gourmand, it will boost its performance. It doesn't, actually. I have other fragrances here which perform better than this one. I appreciate it for being a unique type of fresh fragrance with an added coffee note. I love the coffee smell, but not the gourmand type, like in a cake, that type of coffee cream in a cake, that type of smell. So I wouldn't want that in a fresh fragrance. The Cerruti Image, very interesting, unique bottle and atomizer. The smell, think of it, if you haven't smelled it already, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you haven't, because you cannot find this in the physical stores anymore. And of course you have to blind buy it. Think of this as a Dior Sauvage. Has that cleanness, it's aromatic, but in a green way, not in a blue way like Dior Sauvage. Not having ambroxan is not going to make it project that much like Dior Sauvage or stand out that much. This is more of a close to skin type of scent. So again, comparing it to Dior Sauvage, this one also in the dry down, it gets this really clean cotton type of smell, like fresh laundry. Again, performance is not that great. That's why I'm putting this as a possible summer scent, because the scent itself, I don't think it's necessarily a summer scent. This is actually supposed to be an all year round type of scent, because it's not that bright. It doesn't feel like a summer scent. It's just that it's soft, it's clean, smells very clean. F by Ferragamo. This is the fresh version of the F Black. It's not as manly, not as heavy. It's very fresh, watery fresh in the opening, and then it becomes creamier like F Black in the dry down. Performance was good on my skin. It's just that I didn't find it as interesting, boring from the start, and it becomes more interesting as it dries down. In the opening, I feel like it's lacking something. Joan Barbato's Artisan, it's actually one of my favorite summer scents, not just from cheap fragrances, but this is cheap, and I feel like the quality inside here is higher than the money this fragrance costs. And I know many people complain about this fragrance, that it doesn't last on their skin. I feel sorry for those people. On my skin it lasts quite good. It's not overpowering. It's just, it stays well enough to get the really nice whiffs that its fragrance projects. It's a bit more mature, so I don't think many youngsters will appreciate this one. I would highly recommend this one. At least try it. Don't just dismiss it based on the other reviews, because as you see on my skin it works very, very well. So it might be good for you as well. The next one is this one, CK All. It's different from CK1, which is the more popular from this line. This one is also unisex. It has a bit of the CK1. It has a bit of that soapiness that CK1 has, but this one is more floral. Imagine like a very bright, citrusy, floral fragrance. Modern smelling too. Good performance, very cheap. And if you're going to have like a very big fragrance collection, this is not going to impress you very much. But I find that it's very easy to reach for it because it's that type of fragrance. You don't think too much about it, you just put it on and leave. The next one, which is a keeper, and it's been on the market for such a long time, Cool Water by Davidoff. I'm not going to say too much about this one because most of you already know it. It's just nice. It's really good. It smells very manly, like a very manly aquatic fragrance. Green, aquatic, very, very nice. Good performance. With this one, this is not necessarily a summer scent. This could be an all year round type of scent. And the last one, Eau de Rochas. I got myself a very big bottle of this beauty. This was hyped a lot by small reviewers and I didn't get the chance to buy it back then. They were right. This one is a hidden gem. The big reviewers, I don't know why don't they talk about it. Maybe because they don't go that much for cheap fragrances anymore. But this is really, really good. And the quality in here is well above what you pay for. Why? Because this is a designer and it has the most natural smelling lemon that I have smelled in a designer fragrance. Very, very nice lemon, very refreshing, and the composition is very thick because this also has oak moss. Performance really good for how fresh this fragrance is, and it seems linear, but if you really put your nose and your attention on the fragrance, you'll be able to dissect individual notes and you'll be able to pick up on multiple other notes than just lemon and oak moss. But those two are the main notes. Really, really awesome fragrance. I highly, highly recommend Eau de Rochas. I really like the 4 that I'm keeping. The other ones, I don't know. This one I'm definitely not going to keep it. Let me know what you think about these fragrances, and until the next video, keep smelling great.